Alright guys, so for this video I'm gonna go over the best 10 tips for expedition mode. These apply to players of all levels, even the experienced ones. Also, I want to say that this list is not listed in any particular order. Now let's get right into it. Number 10. Don't group up. In these types of co-op games, I know it's tempting to group up to form sort of a firing squad to annihilate your opponents like you do in Left 4 Dead, or Back 4 Blood, or other co-op games, but it doesn't apply here in Shatterline, for various reasons, such as the majority of the enemies in Shatterline have AoE attacks. Every operator is self-sufficient, enemies are easily kited, and elite monsters are more easily killed when one player is distracting it and the others are shooting at it from a safe distance. Grouping up in this game has no benefits. Matter of fact, it is detrimental to the success of a run. So make sure you're split up but still close enough to be able to assist one another. Number 9. Always have a kite and a medic. Kite is the most versatile and probably overall the best operator for PvE. His mind is exceptional at clearing boards and even has the potential to one-shot certain encounters. It is also capable of opening locked doors, or destructible doors. Since Kite is a recon character, he can climb up to high places, allowing his entire team to benefit from extra loot boxes and Neko Cats. So instead of having both a recon character like Brisa and an exo character like Strix, you can just have Kite fill in for both in just one operator. And as for a medic, I'd recommend Pill over Malva. I think both Pill and Kite are the strongest operators for PvE. I'd recommend Pill over Malva because his entire kit is extremely strong in PvE. His grenade freezes the opponents, the AI, for several seconds, making elites extremely easy to kill, and the cooldown on it is very short. His ultimate is also very strong and can do massive damage to bosses, and most importantly about Pill is his medbot. His medbot is insane. His medbot can revive players for free. The AI doesn't seem to care about the medbot, they just don't shoot it or attack it for some reason, so his medbot is guaranteed a free revive every time it's used, making it the most powerful utility in PvE, in my own opinion at least. And a quick tip, if you're playing Kite, make sure to loot the feedback loop perk, because it allows you to spam out medbots and makes your team almost immortal as long as you don't use your ult. Number 8. Always loot the Overcharge Sidearm perk. The Overcharge Sidearm perk is quickly being used by more and more players as people realize this perk's true potential. This perk is of green rarity, which usually results on you coming across this perk at least once per run. And it is much more stronger than a perk of green rarity should be. Man, that word is hard for me to say. It can one-shot most small monsters, and its AoE damage is capable of killing multiple monsters with just one shot. But its true potential lies in what it is capable of doing against stilts. One shot from the explosive sidearm is capable of taking out most of the stilt's shield in just one shot. If the entire team were to use this perk, the stilt would be brought down with extreme ease, so make sure to never pass up on this perk as it is very strong. Number 7. When you're the last person alive, just run. I think this is probably the most important tip in this list, especially for beginners. When you're last man standing, just run. It may sound like a bitch move, but it's the smartest thing you can do. By the time both of your teammates have gone down, you just have to run around in circles for a good, 30-40 seconds or so, and your teammates will start respawning back. The AI in PvE is very easily kiteable, meaning you can easily outrun from them without them hurting you. The toughest place for you to do this successfully is probably in the research station encounter, but other than that, you can do this with extreme ease anywhere else, securing your team's revival and making the expedition run very easy. This is extra useful on the envoy fight. You don't want to throw out 30 minutes out the window just because you attempted to do a hero revival. Just run in circles for a few seconds and save your team from losing for a silly reason. Number 6. Set up mods in the armory before going into expedition mode. This will save you a lot of time and headache from having to do this mid-game. But most importantly, make sure you set up the mods for the G5 or the Glock, and make sure you unlock its attachments, as it'll be the weapon you end up using the most in PvE. Number 5. Avoid shotguns and bolt action snipers. Shotguns are currently the strongest category of weapons in the PvP meta, I would say, but that does not transfer over to PvE. Shotguns, for obvious reasons, suck at mid and long range, which PvE is mostly focused on. Getting up in the face of the enemies is not a sustainable approach, and it'll just get you killed much more often than it should be. And as for bolt action rifles, there are too many enemies for you to be using such a slow action rifle, and it will result in you not getting that many kills, not contributing much in damage, and dying much more than you should be. Number 4. Learn key locations for supply boxes and Neko Cats. I wouldn't go as far as looking up map guides or anything of the sort for this, especially since you pick up in secret locations fairly quickly in this game. What I would recommend, however, is paying attention to these locations and always checking them out, especially when the announcer lets you know that there is a loot box nearby. That's when you'll start picking up on where these secret locations are. Also, if you're a beginner, follow the more experienced players, as they'll usually lead the team to all these locations. Number 3. Don't stop running. The monsters in PvE mode are very easily kiteable. As long as you keep running at a somewhat safe distance, they basically can't hit you. So there is no better tip than this for staying alive. Just make sure you keep running and gunning and you will be set. Number 2. Shoot elite monsters when they are aggroed by another player, and run when they're onto you. This is especially applicable to when dealing with elite strafers, such as the Minotaur and the Pyro, due to them being ranged and the most deadly elites in the game, in my own opinion. When these elites are focused on you, I would recommend running, as fighting them 1v1 will often lead into your death for unnecessary reasons. And as their aggro changes from you to another player, you should shoot them in their backpack for a very easy elite kill. Number 1. Always kill the stilt first. This is a tip that most players have noticed by now, but always kill the stilt first when doing the envoy fight. When the stilt is left alive, the stilt spawns those insanely annoying crystals that cover the entire fighting area that slow you really hard and do an insane amount of damage, and it makes the fighting area very hard to navigate. You should always focus down the stilt as soon as you're in the room, and it'll make the rest of the fight much easier. And that is all, guys. Give your boy a sub and a like if you made it this far. I appreciate you guys for staying till the end of this video. And that'll be it. Thank you guys, and peace out.